Oh, how's it going, beautiful people of Instagram, and those of you watching later on the YouTube? Let's get some lights right there. Let me get this closer because some people have been complaining about. I don't know. People just like to complain. Let's not complain, people. Let's just have fun. Here we go. Something like that, maybe, right? A little bit like that. Maybe you guys want it a little bit closer. I don't know, something. Who knows? That looks good to me. Good is good enough. Okay? Good is good enough. Remember that, guys. How's it going, Elbow? What's up? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I rock. Bam. I like it. That was my ultra rock and roll voice. I wanna rock. It's my octave voice. I used to have a good octave voice. Something happened. Something happened from my 20s to my 30s. All right, guys, here we go. So I'm going to do a tonalist painting for you guys here, okay? It's going to be a tonalist. Tonalista. Some people call it, some of them call them mission style. They have different little names for them. This is, oh, how's it going? How's it going, David? Maise, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Just to let you know, I'm using Winsor and Newton today, just because that's what I'm using today. So here we go. Let's do this. Let's rock. All right. So here we go, amigos. Let's do one of these paintings. Tonalist painting, super awesome, super me, super my style. Let's go, wham! We make a little line right here, right? And then the whole tonalist thing is that it goes from dark to a point of light somewhere, right? Or it gives that feeling of the change. Maybe what do they call it? Dusk or dawn type of thing. It could be either sunset or sunrise, right? But it gives you that je ne sais quoi. So I'm going to put a little moon right there. I think it's going to be a moon. If it's not a moon, we'll find out. But I think it could be a moon, and it could be like wham, 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 right? But for right now, because I am un loco, we'll do this. And this will start getting those juices flowing. Because if you don't move, nothing happens, right? If you don't move, nothing happens. That's the problem with a lot of challenges that artists are facing. They're like, man, I can't seem to. No, dude, you can't seem to because you're not moving. You got to move. Move slow, move fast. You don't have to move fast like me. Move slow, move fast, but move. One of my favorite quotes by the great Andy Warhol was, whether you go slow or fast, you will get there. What he was talking about is, if you just keep moving, you will get there. My jam is like, I don't know, I feel like this adrenaline punching in there every time I move fast. So I don't know if I am just loco that way, or I was blessed by the gift of the gods of just going for it. Who knows? I like to say it was the latter because I am the world's greatest living artist. So I like to say it's the other one. I was gifted with the power of too much adrenaline. Since I was a kid, you know, like people used to look at me like, what the hell's wrong with this guy, you know? Because I was always so intense. I was like, I can do it, yay! At some point in my life, people started telling me, slow down, be careful, you're gonna hurt yourself. And you know, granted, I did hurt myself. I was born in Guadalajara, Mexico, and in some of the areas around, you know, were pretty rough. So I did hurt myself a few times. But you know what? It's part of life. If you're not hurting yourself, there's this saying by the Charro, the Mexican cowboys in Mexico, right? Of course, the Mexican cowboys in Mexico. Where else, right? These guys are called charros. They're essentially the nobility, right? They were essentially the nobility of the heart of Mexico. And these guys have a saying, right? They say only the one who doesn't ride does not fall off the horse, right? So you have to fall. It's okay. It's a sign that you're riding the horse. If you fall, it's a sign that you're a rider. It's okay. It's part of life. So go hard, go fast, make it happen. Do what you got to do. Do whatever it takes. Make a damn fool of yourself if you need to. Don't if you don't. You know, I don't know. Do whatever your little heart desires, but make it happen. Part of the thing about being an artist, I believe, is this is one of the things that has always baffled me, and I couldn't put my finger on it. But if you're an artist, you are about expression. Expression is exterior, right? You express, exit, salir, salida, outside, right? Exterior. But most of us are like, man, I'm an introvert. You know? Most of us are introverts. Almost every human being by nature. I mean, it's very rare when you meet someone who's not an introvert. I was always very aggressive with the things that I wanted and how I acted and whatnot. But when it came to like talking and whatnot, I was always very like, I'm an introvert, right? Like you won't see me, if you see me on the street, like I don't talk to people. It's very rare. But I know it's baffles some of you. But I don't. I'm very much an introvert. It's just that I've become an extrovert when showing my art. And I've used my talents, which is being very intense, right? This is how I paint when I'm in the studio. I'm like, I used to do huge painting, which I'm working on right now. I'm going to show you guys some of them. And it's very energetic, right? I crave that energy. I love it because it creates more energy. How's it going, Lizzie? Lizzie says, me too. Hello, introvert. So I love that energy. You know, that energy to me, it's a sign that I'm alive. I love it. And I know it's not everyone. Of course not. It couldn't be everyone. Not everyone can be the world's greatest living artist. Only I can be that. But it's part of my je ne sais quoi. You know, it's just look. And now we're bringing the palette knife, right? Just because we can. Keep it going. Keep it flowing. You know, this happens to me sometimes where I'm like, I don't know what to do. And then I have to remind myself, dude, you always know what to do. You're the world's greatest living artist. Commit. Bam. You know? And then everything else just falls into place. All of a sudden, I know what to do. I know how much I need to work. I know how intense I really need to be in order to get stuff done. I know how much push it's required. And I know also how much pull. Because it's not always push. Sometimes it's pull. It's a little high-end game of push and pull. It's a very interesting dance, right? You push, but you also pull. You pull with what? Your personal energy, right? Depending on how you're vibrating. And I'm not talking about some esoteric like law of attraction, vibration. Sure, you know, if that's your cup of tea, why not? And it's not that I don't believe in stuff like that. It's just that I don't like to focus so much on that because a lot of people are like, yeah, if I just think it, it'll happen. Nope. Sorry. Like, no, you know, I mean, come on, let's be real. But if you don't even think it, there's absolutely no possibilities happening. So it goes together is what I'm trying to say. It's not just one. It's push and pull. Push and pull. You push with your energy, you go out, right? And then you pull with your energy as well, right? With your mindset. Let me read some of the comments here. Yeah, totally feeling you. Introverted too. See what I mean? That's the urban tiger. The urban tiger. I was reading it all wrong. The urban tiger. And then Daniel Hernandez, introvert club too. See, most artists are introverts. And you know what, guys? It's not just artists. It's all of us. Lizzie says, I myself an amazing artist too. You have to. If you're not going to believe in what you're doing. Therefore, you're not going to share it with the world, which is what I was talking about to begin with. It's interesting that our sole job is to express, right? It's expression, right? You're expressing, whether you're an expressionist or you're a realist or you're an impressionist or any sort of ism out there, you are expressing. It's outwards. But when it comes to sharing what we need to do, we don't. We're like, oh man, I wish I had someone to do it for me. It's like, no, you got it all wrong. You got to do it yourself. It will always come down to you. And the faster you learn that, the less painful the ride is going to be. The faster you learn that this game will always come down to you. This at any game, right? It's like saying, I wish my wife would understand me. No. It's the other way around, even though it feels like it's not. Or my husband, whichever. It's the other way around. We want to be understood, but really we need to understand. And it takes extra power to understand. It's one of the most painful things to do for many of us, right? I was raised Catholic, so my mother was always talking about saints and whatnot, right? I've talked to you guys about that. And she used to tell me about Saint Francis. I think Saint Francis, one of his prayers was, I want to understand and not be understood. What a beautiful message from someone who we still have a hard time understanding. I want to understand and not necessarily be understood. Because the ego, the human being, wants to be understood. Right? That's why we're like, no one understands my art, man. It's like, no, dude. You got it all wrong. You can't get people to understand your art. You got to understand people. We have to understand each other. It's not about being understood. That's why we have the whole role of the misunderstood artist, right? People are like, no one understands me. It's like, that's a victim mentality. No one should understand you. That's not people's job. Like, let's understand him. So that, so that way you have a reason to not show up. If no one understands you, then oh, poor me, nobody understands me. It's like, well, yeah. Nope, no one understands you, you're right. But if we become the beacons of light, right, which we all have it in ourselves, then our job is to go understand. We understand. Go understand. One of the things that we do very well in art is that we understand, we practice to understand what we're looking at, right? We practice to understand nature. We practice to understand the play of light against, how it bounces from place to place, the shapes, color theory, and whatnot. But many times, many times, we fail to understand beyond that, to understand beyond mechanics, right? Not the mechanics, but just to observe, right? I think that understanding goes beyond thought. It's just observing, and I think when you start, I know this is not a very popular subject for some people, but for other people it is. If you just start observing, so you're not putting your mind in the game, right? You're not putting your mind in it, you just start observing. And then that's where the juice comes, right? The life juice comes from just pure observation. No mental BS, just observing. Sometimes I like to do that, just watch something. Because I used to be, like many artists, I don't know if you guys can cognate with this, but I used to be like, oh, let me see those clouds. How would I paint them? I know artists that do that a lot, right? They can't be somewhere because they're thinking about how they would paint them. And they're like, man, it's because I'm an artist. No, it's because you're stuck in that area. You're stuck in the area of trying to understand in the mechanics of it, right? But you just observe it. It will grant you the gift of truly seeing it. Truly seeing something. When you observe without the judgment of the mind, you are actually seeing it. Without understanding how, why, the name, nothing. It's a very beautiful thing to do. I know a lot of spiritual practices do that. They practice that. And we do it as artists. We whether whether you know it or not, you do that. Whether you're aware of it or not. When you're truly creating artwork, that's what you're doing. You're in pure observation mode. Found out about you from the Savvy Podcast, says the Urban Tiger. Pause the episode to look for you on Instagram. I love that. Thank you so much. That was an excellent podcast. I love that. It was really cool. I'm very glad I got invited. It was very awesome. I love participating in those things because they're cool. You know, just talking about the things that are pressing us as artists, as people, and how to overcome it, how to get out of it, right? How to find out what the next step is. It's one of those things, no? It's the what do they call it? It's the dance between enjoying here and going to the next step. Enjoying here and going to the next step. My mother used to call it weaving. I like to use that word. I know I sound so creepy when I'm like, my mom. My mom passed away, guys, so I'm very sentimental about my mom. We grew up, we were like, she was like a best friend to me. So we were very connected in that way. And and she was very spiritual. So I thought that was pretty cool to my upbringing, even though I didn't always apply what she taught me. I think some of it is there somewhere, you know, some of that. I know, but it sounds super creepy when I'm like, well, you know, my mom. It sounds like, mama's boy. I am a mama's boy. In spirit. But yeah, guys, I mean, it's always so cool to find the thing that motivates you, right? That one thing that motivates you. Because I believe it's one thing. It could be multiple things. Why not? But I believe it's usually one strong motor that maybe powers the rest, right? You could be motivated by many things, like helping out your community. I don't know, becoming very well known, becoming wealthy, a wealthy artist, becoming licensed, or simply just living the good life, which is all of the above, or just be I don't know, just someone who really enjoys painting and that's really, there's no need to take it anywhere else other than to enjoy it, you know, enjoy it like a good glass of wine or whatever you enjoy. Like in my case would be a nice cup of coffee. And do that kind of like on the weekends and whatnot, you know. And that would be excellent too. It doesn't have to be one thing or another. I'm using this yellow, which is super awesome. It's called cadmium yellow pale hue. It's not expensive at all, and it's really good. Although they're lifting their prices, but come on, we can afford it. Really good stuff. I know a lot of people are like, it's artist grade. It's artist grade, but it's good. Why? Because it's pigmented. No one's paying me to do this, by the way. But if you ever want to pay me, Winsor Newton, I'm totally up for it. Look at it. It's very pigmented. I like it. It's not transparent. It's not translucent. Especially if you prime your canvas well, you'll get a really nice brush stroke there. Really great. Really good pigmentation for the price. So anyways, moving along, that's really the thing, you know, just look for the thing that I don't know, that drives you. What is it? I have to constantly remind myself. For example, it's not like, maybe for some people, I don't know, not for me. Like, I can't be like, man, I found it. And from here on, like, everything's fine. Oh, it's like showering, you know, like every day you get dirty. Every day you take a shower. For whatever reason, you know, hopefully every day you take a shower. I don't know. For whatever reason, you get dirty, right? It's just the way it is. And the mind is the same way. It's a vessel. So it's, you know, as you're pouring stuff, whether you mean it or not, whether you mean to pour certain stuff, negative news, negative thoughts, talking about, no, being an artist is like, you can't do that, man. Because you need a real career, you know? I even hear gurus out there like bashing, you know, like, like bashing, like, oh man, maybe you're in the wrong place. You know, you should be in the space where no. It's like stupid, right? Stupid. It's like telling Muhammad Ali that he was in the wrong space, right? He should have gone to being a car salesman or something like that. You know, it's stupid talk. Oh, if you are passionate, all you got to do is put the muscle in there. Because I believe that anywhere you go, if you put the muscle, you know, you are going to be successful. If you put the muscle, not the brains, the muscle. I don't believe in putting the brains because we get lost in that game. A lot of us get lost in that game. Not all of us are Zuckerberg. Not all of us are going to come out with the next app. But many of us can outwork our old selves and maybe even our neighbors. And I feel like that's where the juice is. Thank you so much, Jazzy. I appreciate that. I love that. Ain't this cool? This is like the coolest thing ever. It's full of life. Life, I tell you. So yeah, guys. You find that thing, right? Find that thing that reminds you. I have to remind myself every single day. If I don't, and I got to remind myself multiple times a day. Because otherwise, like, my attention just goes awry. Like, I'm like, what was I supposed to do again today? And I'm not talking about to-do lists. I'm talking about your goals either. See, these are different things. I work on all of those things. I have a to-do list, I have daily goals, and I have long-term goals. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the thing that reminds you why you're supposed to give it all today. Why are you supposed to give it all? Why are you supposed to die in the arena? Right? Seize the day. You only live once. YOLO. A lot of people are talking about YOLO out there. Come on, man. Like, almost no one's living YOLO. We're all like, YOLO, YOLO. And when it's time to give it all, like, we give like little... we take little sips of the drink. Like, YOLO is YOLO. It's really talking about, it's another form of saying seize the day. Gulp life. You know, grab the bull by the horns. Kick its ass. You can do it. That kind of thing. I hear a lot of people are like, man, YOLO, YOLO. I'm like, nah, man. Like it's, you know, like we got to put it all. Put every inch of the heart. And I know it's hard. It's a hard gig, you know. Putting all the, whatever you do. Whether you're an artist or you're not. You're a musician, whatever you do. Every time I see when they're interviewing people that have made a name for themselves, and let's not be haters. People that made a name for themselves means that they put in the muscle and everything else followed. Did they get lucky? Maybe. I don't know. But I think that they put the muscle in. And they put a lot of it in there. And every time I hear their interviews or I see that they're talking, they're doing live talks or on stage or whatever, you know, they're always talking about one thing. Right? They're always talking about one thing. They all have one thing in common. Whether they sugarcoat it or not, some of them like to sugarcoat it. I don't know why. They're doing all of us a disservice. I think they need to stop sugarcoating it and calling it what it is. But they all say one thing, right? They all have one thread in common. Hard work. All of them. Yes, everybody says believe and whatnot. Believe in yourself, you know, do this and do that and all of these things. I think all of those things are crucial. But they all talk about, I show up when I don't want to. I show up when I don't feel like it. I did these things and I wasn't feeling it and I still did it. They all talk like that. I see all these winners have that in common. And man, oh man, I believe that we all have a winner inside of us. I believe it. I'm not even BSing anyone here. I believe we all have a winner. Whatever that looks like, however that's expressed, however big you want to make the wave or the splash, I think we all have a winner inside of us. We came equipped with that. All of us did. We all came equipped with that. It is our destiny to do great things. It's just that we have to be aware of it. We have to be aware of it. And there's nothing that we need to find out. There's no permission we need to ask. We just got to commit to it. We got to understand that that's what it is. You know, we got to commit to it. Enough with my preachings today. Check this out. Bam! This is super cool painting. Now let's do let's do that moon back there. I went light on the sky and then I started going darker so that my moon can stand out. Because otherwise my moon's gonna be like, I can't find myself here. It's gonna be like our minds when we're trying to paint and we don't feel like it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing something wrong. All the conditions aren't there. Oh my God. My paint is off. Jose won't share all of his secrets. Someone told me that. I'm like, dude, I got over 1,000 videos on YouTube explaining just about every step of the way of like being an artist and just showing up every day and doing what you gotta do. And I still get people telling me that. Oh man, like he won't show me everything. I'm like, I can't hold you by the hand. Maybe I can. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll start doing that. I'll start getting someone by the hand and be like, dude, it's time to get up. Be a drill sergeant. An artistic drill sergeant. Anyways, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me get this. I'm mixing my yellow. I'm mixing my yellow. I'm going to make it a little bit big because if I make it too small, it's not going to cut it. Okay? It's not going to cut it. I want to make it a little bit big. Yeah, check it out. Ooh la la. The man knows how to paint. Maybe. I don't know. Look at that. Look at that. Bam. Let me get a little bit of white. And I'm going to dilute that white. Happy little white. Happy little moon. Here we go. Here we go. Let me do this. I can do this. I'm not afraid anymore. The other day I was watching Donnie Darko and that thing got stuck in my head. And the little kid's like, those of you who've watched Donnie Darko, he's like, I'm not afraid anymore. That's how I feel when I paint now. I'm not afraid anymore. Sometimes I just want to crawl under a table and cry a little bit. Those of you who don't believe that still happens, it still happens to me. It's just that it's a shorter amount of time. It's not as long as it used to be. Here we go. Check it out. Bam! I want to do this again. I want to do this again. I want to do this again. This is totally cool. It's like, bam! Take that. Muy macho. Now what I'm going to do, guys, is that I'm going to just make it a little bit like, you know how some fancy pantsy artists like to do it? I'm going to do it a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to rub it a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. Oops. There we go. There we go. I think I ruined that. But no fear. I can make it happen again. Bam. Something like that. Then, bam. Take that. I'm not afraid anymore. So there it is, guys. There's what I do. This is just a little taste of what I like to do. The art world chose me. I did not choose the art world. I am the world's greatest living artist. It just happened to be that way. I wish it didn't happen so quick, but it did. Check this out. It says world's greatest living artist right there. Guys, if you guys like what I do, all jokes aside, I don't even think I can put all jokes aside. If you guys like what I do and whatnot, go check it out. Go check out my my stuff on. I have most of this stuff on eBay. Go check it out. There's on my profile, my link. There's my link on my profile. Go click. Go check it out. If you don't want to go check that out because you're like, dude, I don't want your pitch. All right, then don't do that. Go to YouTube. I have thousands of videos. Not thousands, hundreds, sorry. Over 1,000 videos on YouTube where I talk about the artistic process, how to get out of procrastination, how to go get a gallery exhibit and stop whining about it, how to wake up and be like, dude, I don't feel like painting. Tough shit, go paint. You know, that kind of stuff. The stuff that I go through every day. And I share it with you guys because I'm cool like that. And again, those of you who don't know, I'm going to remind you, I'm going to start coaching one-on-one. So those of you who are like, dude, give me more of the goods, I will give you more of the goods. It's just that Now it's going to cost you a little bit. It's going to cost you nothing, really. I mean, if you really think about it, I've spent so much effort and money and time trying to figure this stuff out. Whatever works for me. I'm not saying it's going to work for you, but if you put in the work, I'm sure something's going to work for you. So there you guys have it. This is me. I am Jose Trujillo. And those of you who don't know me, I'm the world's greatest living artist. I just sound like I'm drunk, but I'm not. I'm drunk of life, in life. I'm life drunk. Guys, take care, all right? Be cool, be awesome. And remember, you can't be cool and awesome to other people unless you're cool and awesome to yourself first. And also, here's another little PS at the end, okay? You will not feel comfortable sharing your work. Those of you who are like, I can't share my work, blah, 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 blah. You will not feel comfortable sharing your work unless you accept it. Accept the place you're in. You cannot be more or less than where you're at right now, okay? Accept your work as is. Stop trying to be someone else, or stop trying to not be someone else. Like, if you're being someone else, accept it. You know, I know it's a weird little concept there, but accept where you are. Where you are is good enough. It's the only way you can move anywhere else. So I'll leave you guys with that. Take care. Adios.